The world is holding its breath as Donald Trump assembles his own Avengers team. Or maybe it's more like the X-Men this time around. You get the hint, right? And one of the key players in this lineup might be Elizabeth Pipko, who recently became the spokesperson for the Republican National Committee.
Nobody has more respect for women than I do.
But who is she really? Let's break it down.
I'm a daughter, a wife, a sister, an advocate, a model, a writer, apparently an influencer, spokeswoman for the Republican Party, and much more.
Elizabeth Pipko is a 29-year-old former model with a pretty impressive background. She was born in New York, but her roots go back to Minsk, Belarus.
My parents and grandparents are immigrants to this country. Only recently have I realized the privilege that awarded me.
I am a first-generation American, with my entire family being from the former Soviet Union. My family members come from all over the region: Russia, Estonia, Belarus, and Ukraine. Much of what makes me who I am came from that region of the world, she told Fox News.
I do feel very similarly to how I felt in 2016. It's a nice feeling to, go around and meet people who are hopeful, right? People who are optimistic, people who believe in this country and love this country so much.
Elizabeth Pipko's family story is as fascinating as it gets. Her grandfather, Mark Kliansky, was a celebrated Soviet-American artist known for his formal portraits and powerful Holocaust-themed works. Despite his success, Kliansky faced harsh treatment in the USSR because of his Jewish heritage. In 1974, he made a bold escape with his family to the US, where he could freely create art without fear of persecution. In her memoir, Finding My Place, Elizabeth shares sweet memories of her grandfather, saying he used to call her kukalka, Russian for doll, and loved to spoil her with treats. Interestingly, while Russian media often highlights Elizabeth's connection to her famous grandfather, they conveniently leave out that he was a Jew who had to escape the Soviet regime due to constant persecution and risks of arrest.
A few years ago, I finally understood why my grandfather spent as much time as he did explaining to me the evils that exist in our world.
But back to Elizabeth. She wasn't always set on a political path. As a child, she was a figure skater and even competed until an injury at 15 ended her skating career.
I started figure skating because Donald Trump operated Wallman Rink in Central Park, and that's where I began as a little girl.
Instead of giving up, she pivoted to modeling, landing features in top magazines like Maxim, Sports Illustrated, and Harper's Bazaar. Oh, and did I mention she graduated with honors from Harvard Extension School and recently earned her master's degree from the University of Pennsylvania? This girl has brains, for sure. Her journey into politics started in 2016 when she volunteered for Trump's presidential campaign. That's also where she met her now husband, Darren Centinello, tying the knot in 2018.
My husband was on the re-election campaign from day one, so I was kind of a part of it emotionally.
Supporting Trump wasn't without its challenges. Elizabeth got a lot of backlash, especially from the modeling world because of her conservative views.
You're at a photo shoot and someone says, "Hey, Republicans are evil trash." I know what's gonna happen when I say, "Hey, I'm Republican."
But she stayed true to herself, saying in an interview with QP magazine, "Modeling doesn't define me, but it's a big part of how I became who I am today. It's a chapter of my story I'll always carry with me, no matter where I go."
But I wanted to show little girls and boys out there that you can do literally anything you want.
Elizabeth has opened up about a deeply personal chapter of her life, revealing the so much sexual harassment and even sexual assault she faced during the time between her modeling career, stepping into the political world, and just living in New York. These painful experiences have fueled her belief in the Me Too movement and the urgent need for real, lasting change. Elizabeth is also the founder of the Exodus movement, originally known as Jexodus. The movement aimed to encourage Jewish Americans to reconsider their political views, particularly within the Democratic Party, and bring them closer to the Republican side.
Israel is symbolic, right? Support for Israel against an enemy like Hamas is everything that we believe in and stand for as a country.
In a 2022 interview with Fox News, she didn't shy away from voicing her stance on the Russian invasion of Ukraine, saying, "I have heard people ask why we should care about what is going on in Russia and Ukraine today. We as Americans know what we stand for. And we know that an attack on democracy anywhere is an attack on democracy everywhere. It's that simple.
People around the world are suffering, right? People go through so much every single day that majority, I think, of people in America don't understand.
So, what do you think? Is Elizabeth Pipko set to become the next major player in Trump's political circle? Now, one thing's for sure, Elon Musk is poised to be a key figure in Trump's presidency. But the big question is, what's in it for him? Over the last few years, the tech mogul has invested heavily in Trump's political comeback, even founding a super PAC to support his re-election efforts.
If he loses, man, what?
If he loses,
A recent investigation by the Wall Street Journal revealed that Musk has funneled tens of millions of dollars into conservative causes, making him one of the most influential figures in U.S. politics today.
But you're trying to do good things and you're a billionaire. I mean,
yeah.
that seems a little bit like either superhero or supervillain. You have to choose one.
For trying to do useful things.
The report detailed how Musk's financial contributions extended beyond Trump, also reaching groups affiliated with Trump's former aides Stephen Miller and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Sounds like Musk is trying to build his own political Avengers team. His massive social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, where he commands nearly 200 million followers, has become a megaphone for his political views.
Well, clearly you understood its importance. You wouldn't have bought it.
Twitter, yes.
Right.
In recent months, Musk has frequently criticized the Biden administration's spending policies and even shared a disturbing AI-generated image of Vice President Kamala Harris dressed as a communist. That's one way to make headlines.
Which is like nobody's even bothering to try to kill Kamala because it's pointless.
So, while Musk's ultimate goal may be to colonize Mars, it seems he's starting right here on Earth, making a significant impact on American politics first. However, there's a twist in the plot if Trump wins in 2024. Musk's companies, Tesla and SpaceX, have both enjoyed a nice buffet of federal contracts and subsidies, which have helped them grow. With Musk now buddying up to Trump, there's no doubt his businesses could score some serious advantages from a second Trump administration. SpaceX loves those government contracts, and Tesla has been basking in billions of subsidies. Talk about a sweet deal.
I've spent a massive amount of my life energy building sustainable energy, electric vehicles and batteries and solar and stuff to help save the environment.
Experts are saying Musk would likely benefit from Republican tax cuts and deregulation, especially with the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act expiring in 2026. But hold on, let's not forget that Trump and Musk weren't always political BFFs. Musk was once quite vocal about his disapproval of Trump. Before the 2016 election, he said Trump was not the right guy and pulled out of Trump's Business Advisory Council when the administration withdrew from the Paris Climate Accords. Oh, how the tables have turned.
Not exactly far right.
In 2022, Trump famously called Musk a bullshit artist after Musk claimed he had never voted Republican before the Texas special election. And Musk, in true Musk fashion, tweeted back, "I don't hate the man, but it's time for Trump to hang up his hat and sail into the sunset." Ouch.
You're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
Also, in July 2022, Trump took to Truth Social to talk about Elon Musk, and it was quite the story. He mentioned how Musk came to the White House looking for help with his many subsidized projects. Trump said, "When Elon Musk asked me for a favor, he was all about his electric cars that don't drive long enough, driverless cars that crash, and rocket ships that go nowhere. Without those subsidies, he'd be worthless." Trump added a bit of flair, saying, "I could have told him to drop to his knees and beg, and he probably would have." Wow, it's clear there's a lot of history and drama between these two. Fast forward to today, and it looks like they've buried the hatchet. After a secret meeting in March 2024 at Trump's Palm Beach estate, these two seem to have rekindled their relationship.
It is totally true.
Rumor has it, Musk has even been quietly raising funds for Trump's campaign through friends like venture capitalist Joe Lonsdale. The goal? To build a war chest for the upcoming election and ensure Trump's victory in 2024.
Fight, fight, fight. Vote, vote, vote.
Thank you.
Who says money can't buy friendship, right?
Yeah.
That seems to be yes.
Experts think we might see fewer federal regulations, which is something Musk would love, especially since his businesses often clash with government agencies. For example, Tesla is currently under investigation for allegedly misleading folks about its autopilot features.
A major investigation by US regulators has linked Tesla's autopilot feature to hundreds of crashes, many of them fatal.
Plus, SpaceX recently had a labor dispute with the National Labor Relations Board. And let's not forget Musk's ongoing issues with the Securities and Exchange Commission over his unpredictable behavior on X. With Trump in charge, those headaches might start to ease up for Musk. Nice work if you can get it, huh?
Yes.
As Trump pointed out, Musk's businesses have always relied on government support. So if Trump wins a second term, Elon could find himself in an even more favorable environment to thrive. After all, it seems Musk knows which way the wind blows and who to endorse when the stakes are high.
You have to have flexibility. You have to always be able to change course a little bit.
So, while Musk and Trump may not have always been on the same page, their new political partnership is certainly shaking things up.
This is a must-win situation. Must win.
Now, what do you think? Is Musk's endorsement the real deal, or is it just a clever play for his own gain?